Hi, I'm Tuenge and I'm the founder of Visionary Life Consulting. I teach a variety of self-empowering workshops and I help people create lives they really love. I believe everyone can live a life that is filled with joy and passion and fulfillment. And in that vein, I came up with the idea to interview people that I find really inspiring, because I'm always looking to be inspired and get excited by what other people are doing. So I came up with conversations with visionaries, and I wanted to create uplifting media content that would inspire people to take purposeful action in their own lives. So my first guest is Remy Haynes, who's a commercial lifestyle photographer, and she's working on a project called the Currency Project. Hi, Remy.
Hi.
Remy, can you tell me a little bit about you and about the Currency Project?
My name's Remy Haynes, and I'm a commercial lifestyle photographer. So I focus mainly on corporations, and I do their branding. The Currency Project started out for me as a personal project. So last year, my commercial work slowed down so much with the recession that I decided to take on this project, something that I could showcase my talents, right, as a shooter, but also as a writer. And I really wanted to connect with people on a genuine level. So I just started thinking about, I guess, the silver lining in people's lives, right? The good things that might have happened along the way the last year and a half.
How did you decide to call it the Currency Project? Like, why the Currency Project?
I called it the Currency Project because I wanted it to, when you think of currency, you automatically, I think, go to money, right? And I wanted it to be about the other currencies in life that are so important, like time and family. Those things that are the core of who we are and what we love.
So when you started the Currency Project, did you know what you wanted the end result to be?
When the project first started, I didn't have an end result in mind. I think I was just so excited to get working on connecting with people in a positive way. I wanted to know what had happened in people's lives that was good, that had come out of such a hard time. So as I thought the project through, being a crazy ambitious person, I think I started to lay it out a little bit as I had shot a few. I think I shot a handful, maybe 4 or 5, and I thought, okay, what's this going to end up as? And I had taken video as well as still, so I knew that there was going to be a video element, but I didn't really think it through. I sort of started to set out my goals a little bit as far as timing, and I think that I had thought about putting it in a gallery, and I think once I started to see the imagery and how strong the portraits were and how much I was connecting with these people, and I really wanted to get their story out there in a big way, and I wanted to show other people and invite all these people to come and inspire a lot of people. And it was neat because I was very inspired by these stories, and people were inspired by me trying to tell their story. And now we're putting it out there for more people to kind of get excited and be inspired. So it's really neat. It's like this thing that's kind of come full circle, and there's been this momentum that's just sort of pushed along the whole entire way.
When you first started the Currency Project, did you know how many people you wanted to interview?
I just kept thinking about it a lot. Finding these more stories. I had a goal of 20, I think, in mind at the time. I thought, okay, I can realistically shoot 20 in about 4 months, right? I wanted to be done with the project in about 5 months. 4 or 5 months was a good time span to dedicate to it. And I figured work would pick up by then.
Can you tell me how you found your subjects? Did you just meet people? Did they come to you? Did you look for them? Tell me a little bit about that.
The stories really found me, which I thought was kind of fascinating. I just thought about it a lot, and I put it out there to everybody that I knew. I started to find people through friends, but then I started posting notes at like Starbucks and different coffee shops. It was like somebody would connect me to somebody who would connect me to somebody who could connect me to a guy that would connect me to it was weird. It was like this really neat little web or tree that was starting to happen, and it really it kind of reminded me how much we're all connected in a way, and how much we're able to help each other. So I think that part was really neat for me because it was almost like this sense of community.
How did you decide where your show was going to be? How did you find the gallery?
I just jumped in really with 2 feet. I really did not know what I was getting into when I started the gallery research. When I went to look for the galleries, when I started to do my gallery research, which I also realized was a little late as well, because most galleries are booked up like a year in advance, which I found out. So I started researching them in January, and I wanted to have a show in March. And I saw nothing wrong with that. I was like, it's a few months away, what? So that was a big learning process for me. I mean, most galleries were like, no, we're booked up this year. So I narrowed it down to 8. I sent it out to 8 galleries. And when I saw that list, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I had to have looked at over 100, over 200 probably. I mean, I looked in Hollywood, Santa Monica, like all the big areas. And it was only going out to 8. And I thought, oh no, that's not a lot. And I remember it was like a Wednesday, and I was like, no, this is good. Somebody's gonna see it. And I really did think that. I really believed it, that somebody was gonna see it and that it would resonate with them for some reason or another. And it just took one person. It just took one gallery director to say, I think what she's doing is neat, and I want to talk to her. And sure enough, the next day the phone rang, and it was the James Gray Gallery. It was Heidi. And she called and she said, you have my attention. Tell me about your project. And I was a little nervous. And I was like, well, and then I just sort of, took a breath, and I just was very honest with her. And I said, I think it's very timely, and I think people need to see it. And I understand now, I've learned now that the galleries are pretty much all booked up. So, please tell me if you have any sort of opening. You have a corner in the back, like just hang a few things. And she said, well, we had an artist cancel for March, so we have an opening. And I got off the phone and I was like, and I just sort of did some little dances, and I was very excited that there was an opportunity there, that it opened up for me. And that it just kind of it was another confidence builder, because it was just that, they have 25 years in the gallery business. They've had that gallery in Santa Monica. So for her to take notice of that, of the project, and say, yeah, we want to show it.